Yo.
Yo, yo.
What's up?
Ryan, you don't have a camera.
Oh, well, let me remedy that.
Yay, there's your beautiful face. I don't believe you've asked him what his name is yet.
My name's Tom.
I mean that.
And like you asked, and I'm like, did he even tell them? Because I looked it up this morning, like grabbing did a bunch of name prep this morning for everywhere we might end up.
Well, I'll tell you that would be a good explanation, wouldn't it?
Yeah, exactly.
As to why my notes don't include it.
Yeah. And then I wore an appropriate shirt this morning. Nice. Did you actually read my shirt, Norm, or did you just look at it and assume it was Stranger Things?
No, it says Dungeon Master.
Yes, it does. What is Gallows and Anderson, Ryan Gupta?
It is a tag team in wrestling.
Oh, okay, cool. It's on brand for us.
That is very on brand.
I've got a few wrestling shirts, and I try to pull them out
Nice.
for this event.
I have, for the first time on stream, the Dungeons and Dragons mug with the beholder on it.
Nice.
It's a stream with many eyes.
And then no, they did that. D&D did that. Don't get us in trouble. And then
I said with,
okay.
not of. So
true.
So how is everybody doing?
Good. So what is the situation here, Jeff? Are you straight up disappearing for the summer for us, or what? I've been trying to make sense of text messages.
Yeah, I'm. It's very, very difficult to schedule plans when everything's based on weather and my in-laws' availability. So it's one of those where I can't guarantee that any week is going to be good or bad at this point. So it's almost like I should bow out, and if I'm available, I'll either sit in the chat or just peanut gallery the thing, or if I know ahead of time, you can throw me in as a character, I could be an NPC for a day, or a bringer of wisdom or something if need be, or just skip out until fall.
Okay, then I have a question for you. And anyone, are we streaming right now?
Yes, we are.
Norm?
It's
Okay.
a pre-show, yeah.
Anyone that's thinking of DMing or wanting to DM, I have conversations like this regularly with some players, like when they have implications for their characters, or they're going to miss time. Especially when they're going to miss time, I try and come up with neat ideas. But I work with the character, work with the player on that, and make sure it's something they're okay with. So is this going to start next week, Jeff? Is this the possibility that you may not be here next week, or have to duck out early?
I would say it could, so I have to say yes.
Okay.
It's seemingly less likely at this point, so I should be available. But yes, it's very possible.
Did you
So
Did you shake the magic 8 ball yet?
I was going to say.
I left the 8 ball at the office.
What would you think if? How old is Doc?
That is a good question.
Like he's like middle age, maybe.
He's young for a dwarf,
young?
But I think he's older than the other characters.
Yeah, just dwarf society. He's young for a dwarf. That would be actually really, really good.
He's 49 in dwarf years.
Okay, I don't want to say this because we are live, and I want it to be a surprise for everybody. But I'm gonna throw it in our chat that we've been chatting. Give me 1 second.
Doc ironically finds out he has high cholesterol.
Juvenile diabetes.
Yeah, he's got to go see his doctor. Sorry, guys, gotta run.
In fact, Jeff, I'm gonna send it just to you.
Yeah, I was gonna say I'm not looking. I don't think I want to look. Also, Cooch, I have a confession to make. in the 11th inning, after the Dodgers went up by a couple, I turned off the TV and crawled into bed. I know.
Well,
I had a long
I'm gonna
day and I could barely keep my eyes open.
no
Yeah, you've been
problem.
dead like 3 times today already. You need your sleep.
All right.
But I'm gonna tell you this, Tom. I'm gonna tell you this.
I missed it. I totally missed it.
If there's a tie game, I might call you and ask you now to shut off your TV.
I mean, fair.
You are the rally cap at this point.
It's just how it works now. You are a proven process.
Fair. I am ashamed of myself. Much shame.
I mean, you just missed a moment, that's all.
The moment that I wanted to watch all night was them busting it open.
What do you think of that, Jeff? The only reason to have it is because of what. Yeah, I mean, I think you can understand why.
Yeah, it's pretty funny, and the timing is pretty funny. I feel like that's a really long distance, but I mean, maybe that's not an issue. So,
Hang on a second. I'm going to throw this at you.
Oh, don't throw it at him. We need him for the show.
I got an okay dexterity.
Oh, okay.
It's shockingly, for as big as a person I am, my actual player has a decent dexterity. You'd be surprised.
We're very, very quick over short distances.
I couldn't think of a good joke for that.
Oh, come on, Lord of the Rings. Before we start, I got to close my patio door.
And go to the bathroom.
And go to the bathroom.
Yeah, go.
And
All right. Do you need an answer today, or that's something I can think about for?
Toss that around. I think that's a neat idea, especially with the timing of it all.
Yeah.
Yeah,
again, the biggest question I would say is do you want Doc do you want Doc available for story hooks, or do you want him unavailable until I come back, kind of thing? So that, I guess that's more of a DM information process, but
and that may be a
I mean, if we're still going a year from now, it's probably going to happen again. So it very well could be a recurring thing.
A very simple question for you: do you trust me with Doc?
Yeah, and one of my suggestions I'll bring up also later, but
I have an idea that I'll need to talk to you about. And actually, I don't even. It's just, do you trust me to run Doc for you? If you trust me to run Doc for you, I can run with my idea. So I have an idea that would keep him around for story hook stuff. So.
Yeah, I mean, as much as I'm attached to Doc, he's mostly a one-sided character. He has his motivations and he does what he does. He's, he's no Tana. So.
No, he's not. No, he is not.
So.
All right, are you gonna go hit the bathroom and get your coffee and
hit the head? Yeah.
Yep.
Hit the head. Get the coffee.
As soon as you take the headphones off, he's starting the stream without you.
You always assume, and oftentimes you are correct.
Or sometimes I do it to encourage prankery,
ludicrous behaviors.
Well, that was what was funny. I intentionally gave someone the flask last week to see if they'd go fill it up with something nasty or do something with it, and then you ended up doing a shot of it yourself and set the tone for the whole episode. That was funny.
You should know me by now. I don't mess around with alcohol. If there's a big flask, I'm putting in something that's going to be delicious. That's how I roll. Also, there's something else I was going to say. How about that NFL draft, huh?
I mean, they picked the right players if you ask me, but if you ask Aaron Rodgers, maybe not. Ooh.
So, what I'm going to give you odds, and you tell me if you'd place that bet. 10-1 odds that he actually retires.
I mean, from my perspective, there is zero chance that Aaron Rodgers does not play for the Packers next year. Zero chance.
Because they're not trading him. They would have traded him for 12 first-round draft picks before the draft.
You don't trade a guy like Aaron Rodgers. You
No.
don't release him because the
No, you can't release
Vikings
him.
will pick him up, and then we'll have problems because you definitely don't want to play against him.
Half of the league is out of limit because you don't want him in the NFC.
And he's got too much ego to retire at this point. Like that's going to drive him to want to play and increase his legacy.
Right. I mean, we made the playoffs last year. There's no reason to go out on that.
No, we made the NFC Championship game and would have had a chance had he run the ball instead of held it and tried to make a pass. Like, you can blame that on not having one extra wide receiver the whole year, or you can say, we were a couple plays away from making the Super Bowl. So.
Yep. And there was like 3 or 4 drives in that game in the fourth quarter that they could have put it away, but did not.
Easily.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys chatted before about the happenings yesterday at all, or if we're gonna keep that off the stream.
At the casino?
Yeah.
Nah, I did. No, we did not. Yeah,
Okay.
we don't need to talk about that.
Don't need to talk about what?
Your
Mom?
sister
Good.
and Ryan's mom.
At the same time.
My sister and Ryan's mom together?
Whoa.
Yeah, not at
Whoa.
the same time, just the two of them.
Mhm.
And on that note,
we cue the music. Meh, 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 meow.
Do-do-do-do-do.
Fine. Fine.
Wow. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Two Nerds, One Quest.
The hell was that?
Don't know. What the hell is his name?
Count Chocula?
No.
it felt like the start of a karate movie.
Hey everybody, this is Two Nerds, One Quest. I'm your host and DMJC, here with the 3 nerds because math is hard. That first voice you heard was Tom M. Norman on the ones and twos, playing Aaron on this morning.
So who would I be? Like Frankenberry?
Frankenberry, maybe? Blueberry?
I'm trying to think of who the other.
Okay,
'cause
I'm
there's-
Count Chocula. Yeah, you'd be Frankenberry, and then Ryan Gupta, Crixus, he would be Booberry, and then Jeff Williams, playing Doc, he'd probably be Lucky Charms, right?
Oh, you literally pulled that out of my brain. I was gonna say it if you didn't.
I love Lucky
Yes.
Charms.
Lucky
Yep.
Charms. So that doesn't even fit. Isn't there a 4th spooky cereal
Is
like
there a
that?
4th spooky cereal? I don't know if there was.
Somebody in chat look that up.
Are there
I'm
4
lazy.
spooky cereals?
Boomtown Nation, let me know.
Yeah. Don't forget to smash that like and subscribe button.
I got my eye on you.
All right. Yes. All right. Continue with your introduction. Sorry.
Introduced everybody. You all didn't time to say hi, but you all said hi before I said it. Your
Hi.
names. So. It's a sloppy morning. It's fine.
Barely holding
Jeff, Lord Master, Lazy Dragon. You got another poem for us, or is this just a normal recap?
Just a short one. I mean, we pretty much spent our entire time doing one thing. I was gonna go back and look and see how much time we actually spent in the
Thank you,
bar
patrons.
because it was almost the entire episode.
Can I sum it up?
Sure.
We had a bar fight.
Ding,
Yeah,
ding,
I
ding,
figured
ding,
that
ding,
was
ding,
it.
ding.
All
Patrons
right,
voted for bar fight.
I got a little something, but it's you know, my level of effort is waning on these because it's been done. So, headed to the bar near the wharf. Aranon couldn't hold in the barf. The following fight sent them out in the night with no happy ending for dwarfs.
Nope, that's perfect.
And
Um,
honestly, Jeff, if you could make like a 2-paragraph limerick or even just a single limerick about the episode to recap it would be amazing. You could
Yeah,
get one.
so
I think it's-
yeah, besides that, we had a deal with the speaker that didn't go so well, but we still have to complete that. There was a Chewinga stealing dishes, town crier saying that clearing out the mine is worth 50 gold, and we left off with the party, most of the party heading back to the inn to get some sleep, and Doc knocking on the door of the Torga mansion. And I don't think any of us actually got supper yet, so
Nope. So
I think that's where we left off.
In fact,
Ellie
if, in
and-
regards to supper, I'm actually down a meal.
Yeah.
truthfully, yes, because it went in and it went back out. If it was even a meal. Although a drink like that may be a meal in itself, right?
Maybe.
Liquid bread.
Why is it chunky?
Oh.
It's all that extra fiber.
Yeesh. All right.
No.
On that note, so we have Ellie and Aranon and Crixus headed back to the inn. Do you do anything at the inn before you go to bed? Have another drink?
Well, I think we do want to talk to the innkeeper about getting a little something in our bellies.
Yeah,
Okay.
I sobered up, so I need food and another drink.
And Marta is like, "Oh yeah, I can totally do that for you. I will just give me 5-10 minutes. I'll have some bangers and mash or something whipped up for you."
Yeah, give me something that'll kind of cure this headache and, put me on the right path, but make sure it's a little bit on the strong side.
Oh yeah, something that'll absorb a good amount of alcohol and give you some carbs to sleep on.
Yeah, something to knock me out, please.
All right, so she goes in, comes back, has food for you guys, and lays out a nice meal for you. You're able to eat before eventually retiring to sleep. Doc, you knocked on the door, and you heard someone say Suffolk. And the door opens up, and there's this scrawny female elf. You're not Suffolk. Who are you?
So this isn't one of the ones that was at the
No.
bar.
She's got these like wire framed glasses on, and she kind of pushes them up. She's got just like a straight cotton white like button down shirt on with just some plain pants and leather boots, and you
All
see
right,
her sleeves are kind of rolled up, and she's got ink on her fingers and stuff.
I'll say no. I'm Doc. I was down at the bar with Torga, and a fight broke out. I was just making sure that her and her companions made it back safe.
Nope. I have not seen him. I'm the only one here right now.
Okay. All right.
I was supposed to wait for Suffolk to come back, and he hasn't come back yet. So, that's why yeah, okay. All right. Anything else?
I guess not.
All right. Good night. And she closes the door on you.
All right.
She seems very skittish.
Yeah.
There might have been a reason she was left behind.
Not exactly good in a bar fight, then.
No, probably not. Actually, quite the opposite.
All right. Well, considering we were between here and the bar, didn't see anything. I guess I'll probably just kind of meander around a little bit, just kind of wasting a little time to see if anything happens. But then, if 20 minutes or so goes by and there's nothing, I'll probably just head to the inn.
Okay, roll a d20 for me. For meandering.
That's a 1.
Yeah, you meander around, and eventually you're kind of meandering, and you think you're meandering around by the bar and by the Torga or the Torg building, and you find yourself in front of the inn. in front of the East Side Inn. You ended up over there for whatever reason.
All right, I'll go inside.
All right, you go inside. Your friends are at a table. Look like they're just finishing up what looked like a pretty dang good meal. Some sausage, some mashed potatoes, or some corn.
All right, I'll ask
Water,
Marta if there's any more of that. I'll have some, or whatever you got.
No, I do. I have more. I have another plate in back that I can fix up quick. And she comes back out like literally like 2 minutes later with this plate of food for you.
It's all on styrofoam now because the dishes are missing.
Yeah. Actually, she says, "Sorry about the plate. There's a chip in it. Be careful of that." I'm missing a few of my plates.
I'm just gonna shake my head and look at Ellie.
Ellie is trying to. She's doing everything but make eye contact right now. She thinks she understands what's going on. And actually, she says, "If you'll excuse me, please." She backs herself away from the table.
She's gonna go up and get like 30 plates from her bedroom.
Stack them up.
So you got the 3 at the table. Marta's behind the bar now.
All right.
Talk about anything or do anything before you go to bed.
I'm gonna say I'm gonna go ask her about the darkness to see if she has any other insights into this. You guys want to come, or are you guys ready just to hit the hay?
Well, I gotta wait for my food. So
next time she
I'll be
comes
up there
back to the table, get her attention next time she comes back.
Okay.
All right. Yeah, let's just sit at the table then, because I'm lazy. It's been
Okay.
a long ass day.
Shiznit and dropping dice. Yeah. She comes back to the table with Doc's food. Like I think I said that already, but she would. And she would have asked if he wanted any drinks. So that's why she'd be coming back with whatever you wanted to drink, Doc, whether it was water or ale or. Is there anything else I can get you?
Yeah. What exactly can you tell us about this darkness? Why is it so dark all the time?
It's been going on 3 years now. I don't know a ton about it. They say it's oral. That's what the prevailing theory is. The Frost Maiden, and she's keeping it cursed in an everlasting rhyme. It's just something we've learned to live with. It's beautiful, and like if you can stay up to quote unquote midnight, it's actually very pretty. The lights in the sky.
Doc, with food in his mouth, will say, "I've seen that." And chunk of food coming up.
out into the beard.
Is that oral like AURAL, or oral like
AURIL. AURIL.
AURIL?
Yep.
So, and that's why it's so cold all the time.
Well, no sunlight tends to make things cold. Yeah. We are also pretty far north. Even when you get outside of this, my understanding is it's still pretty chilly up here.
What was it like before the darkness?
Light. She kind of smirks at you. It was normal. It was like a normal day-night cycle. Yes, our days were shorter when it got real cold. Our days were never real long to begin with up here, but
Indeed.
I guess was your area more prosperous with the day night cycle? I mean, what has changed? I guess
it's gotten
other than the
colder.
fact that it's dark all the time.
It's cold. Um, no, it's made the fishing commerce a bit tougher to deal with. Thankfully, there's the what the hell are they called? The hot spring vents in some of the lakes that are keeping them open for fishing. Um, it's weighing on some people. Me, I've always kind of been an indoor person, so the dark isn't really bothering me. Actually, I kind of like it. But some people, and a lot of them have moved already. The people that it's truly sent to madness head south. They can't handle it. They get out of here. Then you have the folks around that are like, I'm tough. I'm staying. I'm a northerner. I'm not. There's no way you'd catch me being a soft southerner like that. And they put their heels in the ground, and some of them go mad. That's. I mean, I don't think I'm tough. I just enjoy it. So that's why I'm still here.
Certainly a difficult life for some.
Yep. We make do, though. We're getting by. I mean, if you could end it, it would be fantastic. It would save quite a few that haven't gone off the deep end yet. It'd be nice to see the sun again once in a while.
If we were so inclined, where would you advise we start?
I really don't even know where to tell you. I mean, maybe at midnight. I don't know. That's the only thing I can think. When the only time anything changes is when the colors fill the air, and I don't know how that even
Indeed.
works or what that it does. But that would be my guess. But it's. I'm throwing darts at a board here.
Yep.
What happens at midnight?
The colors in the sky.
But I mean, anything specific like
they show up. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but we've noticed that they show up at the same time every night, and we've just started calling that midnight. Hell, that could be noon for all we know, or 4 in the afternoon. We don't know, but that became our midnight.
Something unique to
who the
begin
genius
perpetual
was?
Cycle.
Who the genius was that decided to call that midnight? It's when it's like the most light out. I would actually probably call that like maybe 6 a.m. But I'm not that person. Someone just, I assume, thought it was the start of the cycle and didn't worry about how folk would function.
So does anything else happen? Do you hear any like sirens or wolves howling at the exact same time? Like, does the ground shake? Do you hear any music? Like, does something happen at that point?
I get a little queasy and I feel like I may vomit. No, I'm shitting with you. I don't know. The lights come into the sky. I don't know.
I'm not trying to fluster you. I'm asking because I'm curious.
I don't have any other information for you. You know what? You guys are trying to take care of this, aren't you? You're going to try and... Do you think you can fix this?
I believe someone needs to try.
And you're going to try. Even if this is oral and you're going to go try and... Holy shit.
Well, Doc here is quite the ladies' man, so maybe he can charm her into turning the lights back on.
You would even go as far as confronting Oral if it was actually her.
Doc is always looking to take Oral head on.
Where she was joking before, she suddenly became very somber in the realization of what you guys may attempt. And she's deadpan serious, like all the joking has gone aside. And she said, "You will seriously try and fix this, even if it is oral?" The Frost Maiden.
Yes.
Make
Especially if it is oral.
a persuasion check for me, Alexis.
18.
And then I'm gonna do this. I'm doing this in D&D Beyond for Eliana, so just keep an eye on this because you may start laughing, depending on what this roll is. Oh, no. Oh, it's just one. You suddenly hear a on the stairs as you see Eliana standing there with a stack of like 13 plates. Well, 12 now, because one's on the ground, shattered at her feet, and she's like, "I'm sorry, Marta." And Marta kind of looks up at her and says, "Oh, no, here." And then she runs off and helps Eliana bring the plates to the. And she said, where did you get all these? And she's like, "Don't ask. But here they are. These are your missing plates." And she's like, "Oh, thank you. God, I wanted that to be like a 2 or a 3 or a 1 even. Would have been hilarious. But Eliana and Marta come back to the table, and Marta looks at Crixus and says, "You know, I believe you. I believe you're going to try and take care of this for us. Here." And she undoes the chain on her neck and kind of pulls it out and holds the chain out to you, and it's got a little wooden ring on it that's like fur-lined on the inside. If you look at the top of it closely, it's got like 2 mice, furry mice that are kind of entwined with each other. It's a ring. Looks a lot like this.
Cool.
She said that should help keep you warm out there when you're confronting her. It's a ring of warmth. If you want to add it to your inventory, Crixus.
Awesome. Absolutely. Marta, thank you so much. I hope it does not come to a battle with Oral. However, we must understand her motivation for putting so many individuals in harm's way for so long now.
Understood. Please understand that this is a loan. If at all possible, I would like to see that back. It does have some sentimental value to me.
I will treasure it as though it were my family heirloom.
Thank you. Anything else? I have dishes to do, apparently.
Maybe Ellie should volunteer to do the dishes.
I will do the dishes. Or Aranon. Yes, I will help her with the dishes. And she gets up and she backs away from the table, kind of giving you a side eye as she does, and walks away. And you hear Marta says goodnight, and Marta kind of steps in alongside Ellie and said, "So what's with him?" And you kind of you don't hear a little bit beyond that. But they look like 2 women talking about a man.
Never good.
Well, no, not never good. I mean, they're giggling.
Yeah, that's never good.
That's
I can't imagine who they'd be talking about.
Yeah.
that damn chewinga.
So,
I'm gonna leave some money on the table and go to bed.
Okay.
Actually, I'm gonna say, can we finish this conversation in the morning after a good night's rest? I need time to clear my head and
Sober.
absorb this situation.
Absorb something other than the alcohol.
Yeah, right.
Longest day ever.
Yep.
Yeah, about what time would you say it is compared to the midnight?
You're maybe an hour or two away from midnight showing up.
All right, I think Doc would, after that conversation, Doc would probably want to try to stay up and watch it again. Since he's seen it before, he wants to see it now that he's expecting it.
Yeah. So, Crixus, you go to bed then as well?
Yeah, I'm gonna spend some time attuning to the ring.
Okay.
I'm gonna put 3 gold on the table.
Okay. You leave 3 gold behind and you head upstairs. Aaron, when you go to climb in bed, because you and Ellie were sharing a room, you pull back the covers and there's forks and knives and spoons all laid under your covers in your bed, all neatly arranged. Like all the forks are together and all the knives are together and all the spoons are together.
Little bastard. I'm just gonna collect them and. Is there just one bed in my room?
No, there's 2.
All right,
There's
I'm just
Ellie's
gonna.
bed as well.
I'm gonna collect them all and put them on the second bed.
Okay. Just kind of scoop them all up and set them on the other
Yeah,
bed.
yeah, I'm not
Oh,
messing
man.
with that.
You should just
To
go
be
crawl
fair,
in her bed.
Nope.
you could
nope.
ask. You
nope.
could.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
You-
Nope.
You could ask her if she wants you to push them together.
No. Nope. 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 Nope.
So Aaron, you climb into bed. As you're trying to fall asleep here, make a perception check.
Fork in the butt.
That damn Chewinga's under the covers too, isn't he?
Keeping your toes warm.
Yeah. 13.
13. You hear the tinkling and chinging of silverware being moved and shuffled around. And you kind of roll over and kind of open one eye, and you see the Chewingas on Ellie's bed, laying out the silverware on her bed in order.
If we didn't need it, I would totally throw it out the door. I'm just gonna roll over and put the pillow over my head.
It isn't annoying. It honestly becomes quite pleasant and kind of like
Background
therapeutic.
noise.
Yeah, like white noise as you're trying to fall asleep, and you fall asleep without issue. Crixus went upstairs, went to bed. Yeah. Doc, you go outside, and you sit out there and for a little bit, and as you're sitting there, and you're just wondering, and you're watching the sky. And, as you're sitting there, you hear footsteps approach. And you'll kind of lower your head. Torga is there. She says, "Hello."
I see you found your way back to,
I
or at least out of there.
came looking for you. That's that was quite the fight in there, wasn't it?
Yeah, my idiot friends sometimes get a little crazy.
Rowdy.
You're a little crazy. He looks like he got drunk. It's not a dwarf.
That's true.
The non-dwarves tend. Well, you know this. You being a dwarf, they tend not to hold their alcohol as well as we do.
Yeah, he's kind of a lightweight.
No. What are you doing out here? I was expecting to have you woken up or something.
We were talking about the darkness since we're new in towns. So I was told that there's a pretty good show at midnight, and that was coming up pretty quick here. So.
Oh yeah, the lights. The lights come on at midnight. On. You say on. On isn't. That's a dungeon master term. The lights come on because we live in a world with switches. The lights show up at midnight is what you would say. There aren't on-off switches. And
Yeah. Do you?
the
You've
Forgotten
been
Realm.
here a long time. Do you know much about the coming of the darkness and any facts or speculations related to it?
It's just changed with business. We sell a lot more lanterns and torches and torch oil and stuff now. Because of it, there's these logs that we can get from the wizards sometimes that are ever burning logs, and now they don't burn forever, but they'll burn for like a week. There's this enchanted log that once you start it on fire, that go for a lot of money, but they're hard to get. Yeah, I don't know much about what causes it. I mean, they say Oral, the Frost Maiden, but I don't know. It's just changed my business. That's all I'm concerned about. I came to ask you something. You seem pretty handy, and well, it seems my guard has gone missing. You seem to handle yourself well enough in the bar fight. You ever think about hiring yourself out as a mercenary guard for like a merchant caravan?
I haven't had the opportunity, so I haven't given it much thought. But it does sound like something I'd be good at. I'm tied a little bit into a situation. Got some irons in the fire right now. We gotta complete some deals with these friends of mine.
That's a little disappointing.
But hopefully that can be taken care of pretty quickly. I don't know.
Well, we move around the 10 Towns region, so just know that I'm looking for a merchant caravan guard now. I think. I don't know, maybe he'll show up again, but it's not like him to be gone so long. He'll usually leave for an hour or two and then come back. He has his own business he takes care of. I don't mind that. He's always been real reliable, but he's always been back before the lights, and I don't know where he is. We have people out looking for him, so...
Yeah, that is very strange. Well, if you don't have much else to do, if you want to stay here and watch the lights with me.
I think I'll do that. Yeah, I'll just stay until they show up, and then they can light my walk back. So you guys have a nice little time enjoying small talk, watching the lights come back. And she eventually says goodnight. Kind of claps you on the shoulder. Nods her head.
Does it seem like she's hinting at something?
Not hinting, but she's giving ample time for anything that you may want to do. But it seems she says goodnight then, and then turns on her heel and starts.
All right, I'll ask her when they're leaving Tourmaline. Like, are they leaving in the morning, or are they here for another day?
We leave in the morning.
I'll see if I can catch you before you go.
All right.
I got a lot to think about tonight.
Good evening. So you go back to bed, Doc, or go to bed eventually. And you all wake up in the morning. Aranon, when you wake up, Ellie's bed is made. All the silverware is gone, and like you don't see any of her stuff sitting around. Like she's packed and ready to go. As you stumble down, I imagine you head downstairs. You stumble downstairs after getting your stuff together.
Yeah, I'm gonna collect all my gear and head down to the bar area because I am hungry again, and that was a long rest, correct?
Yes, that is a long rest. You guys can all take one ye old long rest.
Fantastic.
I feel well rested.
The longest day ever. Excuse me. So, as you come downstairs, Eliana's behind the bar. She has all the silverware lined out and a pile of fresh linen napkins, and she's rolling silverware into napkins for Marta.
Did you get a new job?
I just figured I should take care of the silverware too. Little bastard threw it all on my bed.
I can't believe he would have done that.
Yeah, it's kind of. I was looking. I went upstairs and I just wanted to go to bed, and then it's all laying there on my bed. I mean, I say bastard, but it's actually kind of adorable. It was all laid out in all the forks in a row, and then all the spoons in a row. And all
Boy,
the
I can't imagine how frustrating that would have been, wanting to go to bed and seeing all of the silverware laying on it. Man, that must have just been just frustrating.
Hang on a second. Hang on a second. What? Is this stuff on your bed?
Clearly it wasn't. It was on your bed.
But you're talking like it might have been on your bed to begin with.
Huh? Well, the world may never know.
Oh no. No, it wasn't on your bed. You wouldn't have taken the time to lay it out like that. You're full of shit. She goes back to rolling them off.
All right, well, since you're working for the bar now, why don't you get me some breakfast? I'm going to go sit down.
She rolls up in one and throws it at you. Here's your silverware. She goes in back and she's in back for a little bit. Doc and Crixus. You guys wake up in the morning, head downstairs, find Aaron at a table by himself with a. There's a set of silverware laying on the ground.
Weird.
in an old napkin. Not sure what that's about. You see the silverware on the bar and everything. There's no one else in the common room right now.
As I see them come down, I'm gonna yell to them, "Oh, just place your order at the bar. Ellie will take care of it."
Almost on point. Ellie comes through the swinging doors from in back.
Oh, Ellie, did you get a new job?
It was the little guy took all the silverware, and I was washing the silverware and rolling it back up for Marta. That's what I am. You guys want breakfast? Good morning, Crixus.
Absolutely, I'm famished.
All right. We'll let her know, and she goes back. There's silverware right here if you want it, she says before she turns her back. I'm going through the double doors. I assume you guys each take a thing of silverware and go sit down.
Yeah.
It's the three of you in the common room.
All right. Doc's going to start a conversation about joining this group has been great, and but it seems like a little more than he's bargained with now, dealing with a god entity that may be causing this problem, when he was kind of just looking for a place to hang out, retire, get a little downtime.
I'm going to interrupt him real quick and
like,
say, "Are you breaking up with us?"
Well, I got an offer last night from Torga. Apparently, she lost a bodyguard, wink, and is looking for a potential replacement. And it seems like a good deal, a steady stream of cash, and a little more downtime. But I would hate to leave you guys out in the cold.
That's kind of what it sounds like you're doing.
So I figure at least, complete the quest we've got. I'll ride back to Bryn Shander with you guys and take care of those deals, and then give me a little time to think about it and see see what your next step is if you have one.
Well, I mean, if your heart's not into it, you would be a liability. So you need to
No,
do what you need to do.
I'm more of a dwarf than an Inuit.
I don't know. You seem pretty Inuit to me.
Doc,
I just don't know what to say.
What?
Do it.
clearly we're doing some important work, and I certainly want you to follow your heart. It may be advantageous to our group to have some friends in a company such as Torg's. May provide us some additional assistance down the way. I envision we can count on you if things get dire.
That would be a fair statement. I think traveling around the towns would give me the ability to have some ears where you guys might not. Maybe talk to some people who you guys may need information from. Potentially procure some items that might help the quest, and
Indeed.
yeah, I wouldn't be going far.
And is there a particular lady dwarf who's working to convince you that there's an opportunity here?
May have something to do with it.
So would you say you're going to do it all for the Nookie?
What?
The Nookie?
What?
Yeah,
What?
the Nookie.
Ellie comes out at that moment. He goes, "Here you go, guys. There's fresh baked cookies in the oven too."
So I can take this cookie?
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Stick it.
Yeah. Sorry for anyone that doesn't know early 2000s new metal.
So,
That felt good.
This hits Crixus because I really do feel, or he feels, that Doc, was really advantageous to the group, provided them some different avenues of attack we didn't have. So Crixus is going to express, Doc, I would do not ask you lightly to consider this option. I understand that your future may lie elsewhere from our group, but
You're
consider
leaving,
our
Doc?
quest.
Ellie hears this and is quite. You're leaving, Doc?
Well, maybe, and then I'll re-explain the
well, Ellie,
option.
it's not
stuff.
us, it's you.
I was trying to work that in earlier. you got it. Wait, no, it's me. You don't like me, Doc.
I'm just going to start laughing.
Aaron, on you ass. No, seriously though, you're gonna leave us?
This interaction with the gods is a little more than I think I originally thought I was signing up for. Killing cats and occasional murders. That's in my wheelhouse. But
Killing a god isn't any different, except you just upset a large portion of people who happen to follow them.
like killing cats.
Yeah, it's kind of like killing cats.
Well, I think I have some time to think about it. I'm definitely traveling back to Bryn Shander with you guys, and so think about it. We'll talk about it.
I've thought about it, Doc. I don't want you to go. I like you. You're a good friend. And it will be different without you. So
Yeah, without me, Aaron, I'll have to take all the damage.
he can't. He doesn't do that well. He does not do that well at all. You saw that yesterday. I'll have to be the one. Then that's just kind of what I did before you showed up. So, all right.
Well, no sense dwelling on this for now.
No, we have stuff to do. We have a friend to bring back to Brynjander.
Yes.
Ellie, about that,
Yeah.
Are you going to be able to disconnect yourself from the Schwinga?
Yeah. Roll an insight check.
I'll get in on that. Nope.
14.
Doc, you believe her. Crixus?
I'm sorry. What is she trying? What is she trying to convince us of?
Doc said, or Crixus said, are you going to be able to separate yourself from the Schwinga? And she went, yep. And Crixus just rolled an insight check and knows she's absolutely lying through her teeth. And that she's going to have a hard time separating herself from the little guy.
All right. Do you want me to roll an insight too?
Oh, sure. Sure. You were sitting at the table.
Nat 20.
Nat 20, yeah, you know for a fact that she's going to be a wreck. So, yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine.
All right.
Are you guys, let's eat up and get on out of here. What do you say?
Yeah, we got some gold and other shit to collect.
Yeah, let's
Gold
make
and
some-
to collect. There's a show title.
Make some hay while the sun shines. Or wait.
Doc, it's too soon. Too soon, bud. So you eat everything. Where are you heading first when you leave the inn?
I'm gonna zip back over to Torgs or the market just to let her know that I haven't made a decision, but that I have to go back to Bryn Shander, and I'll find her if that's the decision that's made.
All right. Well, good luck with your current quests. We should get by. He still hasn't shown up, which is very disturbing. But
What does he look like? Maybe I'll keep an eye out for him.
he doesn't look like anyone else. He dressed in quote unquote southern clothing. The cold didn't bother him for whatever reason, so his skin looked blue. He always looked freezing as hell, and whenever he fought with these they're made with ice. They're enchant. He was really good with magic and stuff, and did a very good job guarding our caravan. He fought with these ice blades that came out of nowhere. It was actually quite impressive stuff.
Sub-Zero.
He didn't ask for a lot of money though, so it was a win-win across the board.
Well, if I see him, I'll let him know you're looking for him.
All right, I appreciate that.
How long until or what? Where are you going to be next, or do you hit all the towns? Or are you?
Just one after another. I forget. I couldn't find the map earlier. Whatever the next town in the circle is where they're headed. I don't have that map somewhere, so
Okay. No problem.
I'll let you know. I'm just moving, making our way around 10 towns. So,
All right.
I could probably name 4 cities. It's not, but I don't know what the next one is. So.
Okay. Well, I'll leave it kind of an open-ended. I'm sure I'll see you again sometime, and if it's sooner, then that's probably good on your offer.
All right. Take care of yourself. Hang on one second, because I think I got it. Tourmaline. Oh, it looks like the next one would be Lonelywood. Is Lonelywood one of the towns? That's the question. It might be.
Lonelywood is a 10 town.
Lonelywood would be the next town then. Yep. So Lonelywood is where we're headed next. So.
Yeah, I can see that insert joke here.
Yeah. Yep.
You know, if Doc was going with her, it wouldn't be Lonelywood anymore.
There it is. There it is.
Yeah.
All right. I'll go looking for the guys probably at the dog
Blue Clam?
shed.
Are you going to the Blue Clam first? Talk to.
Yeah,
Oh,
we gotta
yeah.
talk to
Or-
Mr. Mayor or whatever.
Yeah.
So we gotta get that gold.
Crixus and Ernan and Ellie walk into the Blue Clam, and there's a couple of workers still cleaning up some of the splintered tables, putting together some chairs that they can put together with the pieces that remain. Speaker Matthew's sitting at his spot at the end of the bar with all his stuff out, and he's got a abacus that he's doing numbers and stuff, and he looks up and sees you guys enter. He's like, "Oh, good. I was hoping to see you this morning. I am so very sorry for my attitude last night. I do have verification that the mines were cleared. Cleared is a. I need to send some workers up there to clear the door, apparently. But and they did find the kobold. But yes, the mines are cleared. We should be able to assume operation early next week, which is or early next 10-day. I apologize. Early next 10-day, which is a very good thing. And I believe I was offering 50 gold to whoever cleared out the mine. Correct?
Yes, sir.
I was a little miffed last night at the bar fight. I don't ever enjoy those. I always incur bills from them, and a bar fight is never the sole responsibility of one individual or one group of individuals. It's my entire patronage, and I can only do what I can do to prevent them from happening and mitigate damage when they do happen. So, much as I tried to blame you last night, that was my misplaced anger. Here you go. And he holds out a pouch of gold for you guys.
I'll take it.
Out of curiosity, this beak, may I see it? You were talking about the beak last night, sir. And he looks at Crixus.
Yeah, I got that in my pouch.
Ernan.
I'm gonna
You may
reach in and
show
grab
it.
it. I'm gonna reach in and take it out.
Okay, so you reach in and you take it out. He's like, "Oh, may I?"
Yeah.
And he holds it and he's like, "Okay. Wow. That's impressive. I'd hate to be on the receiving end of whatever was delivering this.
Yeah, he was an ugly mother.
Take that. Take that as well. You should be able to sell that to someone for some amount of money. Consider that part of your reward as well."
So generous of you, speaker.
It was very generous of you. The mines being open will bring our town wealth again. It was our primary source of income, and without it, we have been both mentally challenged and financially challenged. It's difficult to be stuck, not being able to work and be inside your home and not find worth in your everyday life. And the town had lost that.
I'm
And-
glad we were able to help, speaker, and there may come a time where you can provide some assistance to our team.
Call on me when you will. I will provide assistance in any way I can. Not Brinchander. Tourmaline. Thanks you.
Thank you, good sir.
And he goes back and he starts working on accounting again and stuff. In an
Ask
actual
him about the darkness.
Actually, Speaker, if there's one thing that you could assist us
the
with
back
right
of
now,
Crixus's mind. Pook, 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 pook.
Oh, that's right.
So,
You got the little guy in your head.
no, I'm just saying that's Doc in the back of his mind.
actually, Speaker, if you could assist us, our main reason for our trip to the 10 towns is actually to determine what is causing this perpetual darkness and see if we can bring some relief to the people. Do you have any information that could assist us in this quest?
Hmm, no. Well, do you believe in gods or, well, clearly you do. He says, looking at your regalia, he's kind of peeking out from underneath your cold weather gear. Some say it is the Frost Maiden, and her everlasting rhyme that she keeps on us. And what we did to deserve it, I do not know.
I hear it is oral. Is that also your understanding?
That is her name. That is her proper name. I tend to just refer to her as the Frost Maiden because I do not wish to summon her.
Well, Speaker, if you hear any tales that may provide any clarity, this is what we seek, and it would be important for you to pass that message to us.
I will do that. Is there a name associated with your group that I may find you if I'm trying to send a message, or should I just try and find you individually?
A name?
Huh.
Yeah,
What an interesting concept.
it's the
I
first
will,
thing that someone's wanted from you.
I will speak with my team, however. We may have a consortium with Torgs. So if you would pass the message through to them, as they travel the 10 towns, we will find them.
He you see a look of concern pass his face when you mention Torgs, and he goes like this and beckons you closer. And he just leans forward and he just says, "Be careful with that group."
Indeed.
She's good at what she does, but she's not always trustworthy.
Is that right?
Yeah. So,
Well, thank you, Speaker. If you could provide any experiences that you have there, that's important as well. We have built some sort of a bond of trust with Torgs, and there are
well,
things we obviously do not know about their group.
you've worked with many merchants before, correct?
Indeed.
Let's just say she's a thumb on the scale type. Fair?
That is good to know. Clearly, most shop owners will try to find an edge when they can, but we will make sure to treat them at a arm's length.
An edge is a pretty good term for it. Because an edge can slice a good deal, but it can also cut you.
Well, thank you for that information. We will obviously keep that between us.
Good day.
Good day, Speaker.
All right. So you guys meet up with Doc outside, halfway to the Torg building.
As we're going back, I'm gonna look at Crixus and say, so he said he doesn't say her name so he doesn't summon her. Like, can we just go to a mirror, say her name 3 times, and have her show up?
Make a history check. And actually, no, Crixus make the history check because Aranon clearly doesn't know he's asking.
Yeah, I suppose I just rolled really nice too.
you just basically said no, I don't know. So
Yeah.
5. All you can recall is children's stories that talk about the Fae, and the thing of saying Fae creatures' names 3 times typically summons them. And so the extra superstitious people do not go around repeating proper names 3 times of things for fear that they will show up. And
So, I mean, do we just want to get this out of the way and just go to a mirror and summon her? I mean, I feel pretty well rested after yesterday, so, you know.
Crixus isn't ready for that, so I think we should go to Bryn Shander.
Doc, you walk up about this moment where he says we should go to Bryn Shander.
I'd love
You
to
hear
get
him say
more information.
he says I'm not ready for that. We should probably go to Bryn Shander first. And you walk up, so you heard those 2 sentences. I'm not ready for that. Go to Bryn Shander.
Not ready for what?
Well, I am voting that
Sorry.
we just summon the Frost Maiden now, because apparently that's a thing we can do. And, well, I should say it's not a thing we can do. It's something that maybe possibly could happen. But Crixus is being a puss and doesn't want to.
Well, I mean, it went well with your killing a certain someone in a bathroom stall. That maybe was a little bigger than you expected. Maybe
Well-
this is a little bigger than we expect.
He came to us. That's not my problem.
That would be my concern, that a god appears before us. We know nothing about her powers. And here we are, ready for what? Combat? Politics? How would you convince a god to remove a curse upon the entire world?
What would the Ghostbusters do?
They would
The question is,
say that they're
what would
also
they
a
do?
god.
But who are they going to call?
Oh, boy.
Because they're the Ghostbusters. Like, who are they going to call?
Fine. Let's go to Bryn Shander then.
All right, someone roll a d6 for me for your trip to Bryn Shander. Looks like Aradon's got it.
Two.
Wow.
It is an uneventful trip. You get the dogs, you pack them up. There's a light snow, nothing blizzard conditions. You can still see, follow the road well. And over the course of the next day, I forget what we said it was, 2.5 days, I think. You make your way back to Bryn Shander. Doesn't matter. You get there eventually without any wildlife encounters or severe weather encounters, and you come rolling in late afternoon, 4th bellish, rolling in through the north gate of Bryn Shander. Kind of nice to roll into a city and be somewhere where you've been before. It's been a long time since you've revisited a city and felt like you kind of had a home base-ish. What would
So
you
we have 2 things. We got to drop off the Chewinga, and we have to cash in on the other deed quest. I don't know which one you want to do first. I know which one Aranon wants to do first.
I will take Ellie and
We are right here by the Northlook. Ellie says, let's go talk to Helm and deal with that first. And she walks into the tavern.
I'm gonna look at Doc and say this is gonna be tougher than I want it to be.
Yep. All right, I'll
I'm
follow
gonna follow
Ellie.
her in. Yeah.
Okay. You follow her in. It's early afternoon. There's some patrons at the bar. A lot of the tables are empty. There's maybe 2 or 3 tables that have 2-3 people at them. Hilton's in the corner at the table that she sat in before. Ellie just walks over to her and says, greets her hi like they were supposed to meet her there, and sits down at the table and just starts talking. You guys follow in and follow
Mhm.
suit or no? Yeah. Okay.
Yep.
Oh,
yep,
yes.
We're following.
So you're back. Been a day or two. Didn't expect that to go quite so quickly.
Well,
Are you
we're just that
done?
good.
Very good. You have some proof? I mean,
Yes.
I believe you, but even the smallest trinket would.
I
Did-
think
Said my
Ernan,
mom.
you have
Did
some
I have
hair
that? Oh,
in the
think I
bag,
got that.
probably.
yeah. I'll pull it out of the bag of holding.
That'll work. That'll work. She reaches out and she just kind of grabs it and goes, "Yeah, that's perfect." And she sets it down on the bench beside her by her leg. All right. Well, then I believe we agreed on 100 gold. The expediency of your services. There's a little bit more in there for you. And she slides a bag across the table towards you guys. It's 125 gold.
All right. I'm just gonna add it to my pot, and then we can split it up after, because that's 125 plus 50.
Says the
Yep.
rogue.
Yeah, we'll figure that out.
Yeah, Crixtus
seeing
is
how-
still sitting on the bloodstone, so
We only got 100. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
She gave us 105. That was the bonus. Was the 5 gold?
Oh, I thought you said 125.
No,
Yeah.
that's what Aranon would tell them when he counted it,
Oh, ha.
and pocket the other 20 because he's a thief.
I gotcha.
Yeah, exactly. Anyways, I'm not trying to give you any ideas to divide the party, pit you guys against each other. Why would a DM ever do that? Ellie orders a drink. Tall ale comes in front of her. She just starts drinking it, and Helm's kind of quiet, and she kind of looks, and so what do you guys do for fun? And Ellie looks at her and goes, sorry, yeah, this isn't our table. And she gets up and pushes a chair and goes and sits at a different table with her drink. And
All right,
Helm
I'm
kind of looks at the three of you and raises her eyebrows like,
Yeah. Yep.
Good doing business with you. Let us know if there's anything else we can do for you.
"Will do."
Just an awkward long pause. Sit there,
Yep.
look at her, sit at the table.
Yeah.
All right. I'll
Okay.
follow- I'll
Yeah.
follow Ellie.
Okay.
All right. I'm gonna slide in next to Ellie and say, "All right, one off the list. Let's go take care of this other."
I
Quest.
have a drink here to finish, she says.
I'm gonna take it from her and slam it.
Okay, make a dexterity check. Dexterity save. Sorry. To grab it out of her hand without spilling any of it.
23.
Wow.
Yep, she rolled a 1. You snatch it from her hand real quickly. You slam it. Make a Constitution saving throw. This won't be too hard because it's not a super strong.
Not dragon's blood.
No,
16.
but okay. Yep, you slam it and let out a belch at the end of it just because.
I'm gonna slam
Like-
it upside down on the bar or on the table.
Yeah. Think peach schnapps.
Oh.
Okay, let's go. And she kind of gets up from the table, and she's sad. You can see it already. And she's sad. You guys head over along the road to the House of the Morning Lord. Anyone want to talk to Ellie on the way?
Yeah.
Yeah.
As we're going there, I'm gonna say if you need a shoulder to cry on, Crixus has got big shoulders.
Thanks, Aaron.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Looking out for you.
Yeah, Doc will just
Sarcastic
Doc will-
as fuck, thank you, and like dagger glare from her on that one.
Doc will kind of come up after that and be like, "It's not going to be any easier if you wait till later or tomorrow." So it's
Yeah, and you're gonna do this to me too. So she seems a little mad at you about that. You don't even need the insight check to know.
Yeah.
She's a little pissed that you're considering leaving.
Eliana, you knew
Yeah.
this was only temporary. We should not bring such a beautiful creature on such a dangerous quest as we are embarking.
I know, you're right. You are right, Crixus, and just look at him. And she kind of points out he's sitting on her shoulder, and he's just sitting there, and he's got a knife, a butter knife in his hand. He's just holding it, and he kind of has it, and he swings it up, and sometimes he puts it over his shoulder and stuff. And, but he's just sitting there with a butter knife on her shoulder, and he's fucking adorable. So I mean, Crixus, as much as you love the little creatures, you can completely, you 100% buy in.
Oh,
to what she's feeling.
Crixus wants to bring him along.
Yeah.
So.
Aaron wants to throw him off a cliff.
Mm-hmm. And that's
Doc wants to watch what happens when Aaron tries to throw him off a cliff.
So you guys eventually get there, and you walk in, and Danica's in the little research room that she was in before. Ellie kind of knocks on the door and opens the door, and Danica looks up, and let's see. She says, "Can I help you?" She doesn't notice the chewing on her shoulder at all yet.
Well, I'll whisper to Ellie, light the lantern.
Oh yeah. So she takes out the lantern and lights it, and Danica, her eyes get just big. She's like, "There's one. You found one!" And sees the one sitting on her shoulder. And oh, and is it friendly? And like, will it? And she kind of holds out her hand, and the Chewinga kind of looks at her and takes the butter knife and Ellie's like, "It's okay.
Roll for initiative.
It's not gonna hurt you." Wow! Right through the palm of her hand. No. Kind of pulls the knife up and kind of puts it over her shoulder, and she's like, "It's okay, you can go. You can go." And he kind of takes the step out onto her hand and kind of stands there, and Danica pulls it down. He's like, "Wow, they're so light. I didn't expect them to be so light." And in that moment, the little Chewinga turns around and looks at Eliana and takes the knife off his shoulder, kind of across in front of him, and then down next to him, and then salutes it. And you all look at that, and you all kind of chuckle to yourself, but then Eliana starts glowing faintly. Just for a brief second, and then it seems to like seep in.
Huh. Huh.
And Danica says, "Oh,
Question.
This is fantastic." And she kind of goes over to a table and lets the Chewinga step off onto the table and says, "Oh, here, you'll have fun with this," and opens a drawer and pulls out an inkwell and a quill and puts the quill in it, and then puts a piece of paper down in front of it. And the Chewinga looks at it, and she goes like this, and she kind of dips it in and starts writing. And the Chewinga stops, drops the butter knife, and goes walking over and grabs the quill out, and then she starts drawing these circles on the paper stuff. And it's very beautiful. This and it almost like, I don't know, if you looked at it, you might think it's like wind or something, or you can interpret it's like abstract art. You can make anything out of it that your mind sees in it. Danica turns back and says, well, it was 25 gold for Chewinga. He's unharmed. He's unbound. He came willingly here. Here's another 25 gold. Keep the lantern. You can keep that as well. I worked up another one here. This is fascinating. I've seen them, but never this close. To have the trust of humans and humanoids. And no offense, Crixus. And yeah.
Monsters.
This is absolutely fascinating. And you can see Ellie is just kind of looking at him as she's talking, looking at him drawing on the paper.
Danica, do you know what happened between the Chewinga and Eliana just now?
I don't know. Ellie, if anything happens or you feel anything or you sense anything different, let me know. Let me know. But he seems to understand what's going on. So yeah. And Ellie's just looking at him, and you can see like she nods in response to Danica's words, but tears falling down her cheek. The Chewinga stops at one point and looks at it and nods and puts the pen back in the inkwell, and then walks through the ink off the edge of the paper, leaving little footprints on some of the wet ink. And then grabs the lip of the paper and pushes it towards the group. And Danica kind of looks at it and picks it up and says, wow, this is really, and it looks like a kid's drawing with little footprints in it and stuff. And the Chewinga points at Ellie. And she says, I think he wants you to have this. And she loses, she cracks. That's the thing that makes her crack. And tears just start coming, and she's trying to hold it back, but she does all right, getting a hold of herself after about 10 seconds, and says, thank you, I appreciate that. Yes, and Danica, I will absolutely let you know if I notice anything different. They're fascinating. I'll come back and visit them at some point. She goes, I hope you do.
And we still have the lantern, remember. We may come upon another Chewinga that could use our help.
Don't you encourage her.
That is, yes. Yes, she says. And then suddenly she's got like a renewed, like, there may be Chewinga to rescue out in the world that need our help more than this one. This one has a good home.
So you want to? Do we want to?
She heel turns with that determination that there may be other Chewinga to save in the world, and uses that as out the door. So
Do we think Danica would have any good information on the darkness?
Are you going to ask her?
Yeah, I think so.
Ellie's gone. Ellie left, so she extricated herself from the situation.
Yeah. So, I mean, I do want to ask Danica. I also want to stop at the Ice Temple. I think that we wanted to, is that what it was? Would Danica be kind of our contact here at the Temple of Lathander?
Yeah, she would be your contact here.
What did I wasn't I don't know if I was paying attention enough. What did we get for returning him?
50 gold
50,
in the
another
lantern.
50 gold.
Yeah, 25 for bringing him, 25 for him being willingly brought and not abused or damaged.
House trained.
Yeah,
Mhm.
essentially. Eliana gets out the door and then she peeks her head back in and she said, "If you end up missing any dishes or silverware, he's probably got them." And that goes back.
He's quite an accomplished thief.
Yeah, he's
I'll
just not
keep that in
stealing the
mind,
right
Danica
shit.
says.
So would Danica have any information we didn't have already about the darkness, or maybe a contact of like, is there someone who's looking into this, or is there like a lead speaker or a mayor or something that would be?
This has been it's been around long enough that people have. Early on, there was a lot of people that wanted to try and figure out what was happening, or why, or who was doing it. But it's just become part of life now here, and there's a fair amount of us that want it gone because we want to return to normal. And it's cold as hell, and well, not hell, but you know.
Oh, we know.
It's sadly, it's just we've set into this is the way of life now. We all want it to go away. We want the darkness to end. So I don't have a lot of information for you. I'm sorry. I will keep an ear to the ground and let you know if I find anything.
All right, I'm good with that answer. I'm gonna walk out.
All right. Does Bryn Shander have a speaker or something?
Bryn Shander does. Hang on a second.
We can ask that back at the tavern too. So.
Yeah, I got a Bryn Shander. Yeah, so you head back to the the tavern, to the Northlook Tavern, sitting down, asking around a little bit. You do remember Speaker Duvessa Shane is a human that speaks for the townsfolk. She is also the head of the Council of Speakers. So the speakers for the 10 towns, she's the head of this council of them. And yeah, that's what you find.
All right. I think a night of drinking at the North Look is deserved. One where we don't get Aaron drunk right off the bat and maybe pace ourselves.
I'm sorry. Say what now?
Yeah, I know. You don't know what that means.
Eh?
So, dragon's blood all around?
I'll take 2.
Ah,
So yeah. So that will end this session. Gentlemen, if you would like to, you can go to level 6.
Whoop whoop.
Love it.
So we've had introduction to several of the 10 towns at this point. Bryn Shander and Tourmaline, and you guys passed through Torga. You've heard of Lonelywood.
Targos, I think, was the other one.
Yep, Targos. Passed through Targos quickly. But that's, yeah, we'll end the session. So a little idea of how this all works is that you're supposed to go through several of these towns of the 10 towns, and you've gone through a couple of them, and you do have a reputation within a couple, and that's now spreading.
Need a name, though.
You guys need a name. The people keep referring to this group of adventurers that has helped with the acquiring the stuff, the ore for Black Iron Blades, that you helped clear the mine in Tourmaline. You've helped through the underground. You've helped stop whatever the serial killer was. there's the rumors are swirling that was you guys that helped stop those murders. So your name is kind of known. No one knows what to call you, but they know about the two clerics and the rogue and the dwarf that are.
We're famous, yo.
To give a name to the legend.
Yep, and that you'll have to do. And how this adventure works is through the beginning up to level 4 or 5 is this introduction through all these cities, and there's more quests that maybe I'll interweave in through each of these cities, but I'm gonna move us into, because you were already level 5 going into this, I'm going to move us beyond that, going through like 3 or 4 more of these. We absolutely could, but you guys all seem to be inquiring about the darkness and itching to get into the story proper, so I think we're going to move that direction.
Whatever works.
A little peek behind the curtain.
And on that note, thanks everybody for popping in. Thanks for watching this week. Saturday nights I put up the replay. Seems to be working out pretty well. We had a couple views last night, so we are
I was
getting...
one of them.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, I was watching it.
So yeah, check it out if you miss any Sunday shows, or if you just want to recap before you pop in on Sunday morning. Saturday nights are the replay recap. Basically, it's literally last week's show just replayed.
So if you tune in late today and you want to catch the beginning, it'll be played on Friday.
Yep, or you can
Or
just come back to the
Saturday.
channel and watch it again, because the video is always up for like 5 or 6 weeks. Otherwise, you can follow us on Twitter. I am at Tom M. Norman. Genius is at Lazy Dragon GB. Cooch is Crazy Cooch, and Mr. DM JC is Wildfire 1265. We are at 2 Nerds 1 Quest. Number 2 Nerds number 1 Quest. Follow us everywhere. Support us. The best thing you can do is tell other people about the show. If they like D&D, if they like goofy shenanigans, if they like really good storytelling, point them in our direction. The other way to support us is through Patreon. Patreon.com/2nerds1quest. Number 2 Nerds number 1 Quest. We have some really fun rewards. We have a monthly vote for an event that we know nothing about other than the DM. So if you join, you get to vote. For $1 a month, you get the unedited podcast with the pre and post show banter. So you get all the fun stuff before and after the show. Join our Discord. We don't have a lot of conversations in there yet, but we are in there. We throw music and movies and TV shows and D&D stuff in there. That's where you vote on the Patreon stuff. Yeah, join. Have a conversation with us. Direct access. And with that,
Mark it up. I get a notification when it comes up. So
yeah,
I'd love to chat with you.
Yeah, we'd love to chat with more people, and I will actually throw that here.
Yeah, we will see your comments and questions, and pretty good about responding to them.
Yep, I just threw the link in the chat. Join our Discord. So, for me, for JC, for Cooch, and for Mr. Lazy Dragon, we will catch you again next week.
What happened with Ellie?
Uh-oh.
All right, we're back. Show titles.
Show titles. We have
Show
show titles.
titles.
Let's see.
Go to this link if you're still in chat. Vote on some show titles. tommnorm.showbot.tv. We have quite a few good ones in there today.
What was that?
I'll read
Monk
'em.
is Dex. Monk is Dex and Wisdom, in case you were wondering.
Dex and Wisdom. Those would be two of Aaronon's higher ones. What is the Wisdom needed?
They're all 13.
Yeah, he's good. He's got him. He's 18 and 14.
Ooh, drunken boxer. I can't wait.
I mean, I was gonna say, yeah, Drunken Master Monk seems appropriate for Aaronon.
Kind of.
There's a ninja you won too, so there's all
Alright.
kinds of good stuff.
All right.
Show
titles. Count Chocula the DM. Doc is always looking to take oral head on. You seem pretty Inuit to me. Doc is doing it all for the Nookie. Crixus has big shoulders. Abstract Chewinga art. Starting a Chewinga rescue. Yep. That last one is I put in for Scoot and Jack.
It's-
Tough one this week.
yeah.
If you're still in chat, go to that link I have in there. Vote, 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 vote.
The Count Chocula is pretty funny. Inuit to me. There's a lot of them.
Yeah, we got you on a couple good jokes this week, JC.
What? And here I'm trying to think about what Ellie's, because she hadn't said anything, and she's sitting there. I'm like, what would she say? And then you guys said, I was like, oh my god. The Limp Bizkit reference was.
I couldn't help it.
We all went with it. I mean, like,
Yeah.
every one of us. It was Ryan was so quick on the what that I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, that's literally what the next line is. I thought he was actually asking, and then I went, oh nope, that's the next line. Oh, that's good stuff.
That quick wit.
Quick wit.
Quick wit.
Yeah, you got the quick wit.
So I feel left so unsatisfied. Like a young man coming in for a quickie.
All right. I'll ask the question for leveling up. Fighters at level 6 get the stat bump or feat, because they get to do that more frequently than the other classes. So it makes more sense to bump up Dex and Con by 1, because then both of those would go to even numbers.
Yep.
But based on the needs of the party, I'm almost wondering if bumping Strength up by 2 is the better move. I wonder what you guys think about Doc, if he would be more of a let's get stronger or let's bump up AC initiative and hit points.
Ellie's got a +2 strength bonus. She's got a 14 strength. She's not.
Yeah, Crixus is pretty high in strength too. I don't think strength is necessarily our biggest needs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, mathematically, the initiative bonus, the armor bonus, and the extra hit points probably makes the most sense. But again, sometimes your character doesn't make the most sense.
What is your what 2 stats would you be bumping up?
It'd be Dex and Con by 1.
Dex and Con. I'm just trying to think about between the bar fight and sneaking out and the drinking, I could argue that your Dex and Con got better. So
yeah, I mean, it's funny because his strength is only 14, so the +2, and yet that's what he brings to the party is the frontline fighter, but also that means having the hit points to absorb the damage, so Aranon doesn't have to.
Yeah.
I mean, he chooses to, but he doesn't have to.
He wasn't choosing to. That blinking bastard was jumping behind him and stabbing him. There wasn't really a front line in the last fight.
Yeah, that didn't really help me very much. Yeah, I would say armor class and hit points for sure.
Okay, yeah. I mean that was my plan when I made him. So, but it was one of those where like, where does he fit in this, and what makes the most sense? But yeah, he has been more focused on those aspects.
It kind of makes him a little bit more of a bullet sponge / tank as well, which is kind
Yeah.
of what I would expect him to be.
Take
Yeah,
the
that's
off
the
you,
interesting.
Aaron.
The interesting thing about strength is that it only adds 1 point to your attack and damage rolls, whereas having an extra AC and initiative and hit points seems like a lot more bang for the buck.
Yeah, it really does.
So,
All right, so it looks
All
like
right.
Doc is doing
That
it all
makes
for
it
the
easy.
Nookie as our winner.
Nice. Oh, I'll have to remember this. DM says to his players, you walk through the room's exit into the same room you just left. Ooh, mysterious.
I hate when that happens.
Players say, this is our third time back in this room. DM says, cool Inception vibe, right? You forgot to prepare a session, didn't you? I do have a life outside of DMing, guys.
It's a
Accurate.
real thing.
Should make you play the same room all night long.
All right, I'm going to have us raid Mr. Brian Dunaway.
Yay, because Brian Dunaway's cool.
He is playing... I'm not sure what this is. He is playing Boop Show Homework, We Are the Caretakers.
Excellent.
I'm not aware of it, so good time.
It actually looks pretty decent. It looks kind of text and... No, find out for yourself. I'm going to bump us over.
Yay.
Thank you, everybody, for joining. We had a lot of fun, as always. And we look forward to seeing you next week when we party.
Yep,
Get 'em.
Cool. That is... Yeah, we are left... What are we left with? We are left with an offer from Torg.
Mm-hmm.
Like her thing. You are left with...
The name of a council of speakers.
Yeah. Not a lot of questions or places to go.
No. Doc doesn't know this, but the other ones maybe have a name of a contact from the woman that they started this with back in